Get that quick last sip of my Herbalife in. Give you guys a second to get in here. I don't know why this phone that keeps going out of focus. Today, my Herbalife, I just finished a quick workout. So this is actually my post-workout. It has some H3O. Of course, has my green tea and beverage drink mix. I get that protein juice in. Awesome concoction. Maybe some lift off, probably some leftover lift off also. But it's giving you guys a second to get in there while we get rolling on time here. See if we're getting in focus. Make sure our mic's all set up. I don't want the thing goes blurry. I'm on a couple different pages live here. So if I'm looking different directions, that's just looking at a different camera.
Daddy, why didn't you do the short one?
All right, I think we're all good. So we're gonna get started. So, this is Steve Says, episode number 27. 27 weeks in a row going live here for you guys. So as you know, each week I kind of give my peak freak perspective on different things, self-development, stuff like that. And some people don't like our approach of doing things. Some people, like I always say, some people will hate, but most can relate to the things that I'm talking about, especially today. I'm sure a lot of you are going to be able to relate what I'm talking about. Because life is a war. The invasion's freaking coming. If it's not coming, it's already here. Are you going to be ready? So that's the kind of stuff we're going over, is showing you how to deal with some of this stuff that's coming along your way, stuff that's trying to hold you back, stuff that's giving you, self-limiting you in your life. So you can join us every week. We're here Tuesdays, 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time for Steve Says episodes, to join me to experience the peak freak perspective on health, fitness, nutrition, life, personal development, and getting ready for the invasion. We're always talking about things like adapting and overcoming, becoming a better version of yourself every day, getting your shit together, stop being a little bitch, trusting the process, and of course, no excuses. So you can always send in questions ahead of time. We'll always try to answer them live. You can ask questions now while we're here, while we're rolling. So today we're going to talk about the people in your life who are supposedly trying to help you and try to help you make you better. Do you have people all around you probably? Do you have people? You probably do. So you can ask yourself, do you have people all around you telling you what you need to be doing, what you should be doing, what you're doing wrong, what you could be doing better? You should be doing this instead of that. There's always people around that are doing that stuff and kind of telling you where your life needs to go, what you need to do with your own freaking life. You know what I'm talking about. We all know those kind of people. That person with the no freaking kids telling you how to deal with your kids. That broke motherfucker telling you how to make some money. The overweight person that's never stepped foot in a gym and eats fucking Cheetos all day. They got crumbs resting on their belly and whipped cream on their chin, trying to tell you how to freaking diet and exercise. We all know those fucking people, those well-wishers, those naysayers, the know-it-alls, the fucking experts. So basically just get the fuck out of here with that stuff. That's just nonsense. That's bullshit. So today we're going to break down the difference and how to determine the difference between those and how to deal with all three of those type of people. The three type of people of, who really has your best interest in mind, who is really on your team, who is genuinely trying to help you, and who is supposedly trying to help you and who is trying to hurt you. So those are the three we're talking about. Who is genuinely trying to help you, who is supposedly trying to help you, and then who's trying to hurt you. Those are the three kinds of people. So there's a specific, I like to play these word games all the time. I don't know why we're all freaking blurry. That's pissing me off. So, we like to play these word games all the time where you try to figure out what I'm talking about. So that's how we're going to start off, like usual. We have a couple different cameras going on here. So either group can answer what I'm looking for. These are the type of people who, the word I'm looking for, it's also a type of person, but it's really something that people do. It could be considered an assessment, a comment, a judgment, an opinion, a review, appraisal, or depending on how you're looking at it, appreciation or evaluation or examination. So who can tell me what I'm talking about here if you could figure that out? Certain word I'm looking for are those kind of people that I was just talking about earlier, those that are supposedly trying to help you. So who can tell me what that word is that I'm looking for? If anyone can figure that out. See if we can get rolling here. See if we get off to a good start. See if people could wake the hell up. I'm gonna give you 2 seconds 2 seconds to figure that out. I'm going to be right back with you. I'll give you 2 seconds. All right, so I was interrupted. Here we go. Critic. Critic is the word. Is that the first? Was that the first one when I was away? Look at that. I gave you guys a second to figure it out, and we got it. Critic is the word. Criticism, critic. Yes. Depends on how you look at the word critic. What the definition of it's funny. You look up the word critic and criticism, and they're kind of different definitions. Criticism is the act of passing judgment as to the merits of anything. The act of passing severe judgment and fault finding. So basically, critic, when someone says criticism or whatever, we're going to get into the constructive criticism in a second, but giving criticism in general, to me, a critic and criticism is a negative thing. To me, it's impossible to give positive criticism. It doesn't work that way because it's really someone that's looking for fault. The definition really is the expression of disapproval of someone or something based on perceived faults or mistakes. So there's nothing positive about that. So you can't say, oh, it's just criticism trying to help you out. Bullshit. That's bullshit. We're going to go into all that in a second. Criticize is to blame or denounce or to bash or to reprimand. To bash, think about it. Someone's trying to fucking bash you. Does that sound like someone's trying to help you? Oh, I'm just giving you some positive feedback or whatever. It's a bunch of bullshit. We're going to go into that and determine the difference of what's what. You know, and when you live in your life, probably everyone around you is a fucking critic. Everyone knows better about what you should be doing with your life than you know, right? Like I said, that person doesn't have any kids. You're sitting there with 4 kids, making shit happen, growing them up, giving them a good life, and you're going to have that person on the outside, or your friend, or even a work, or even family, going to tell you how you need to raise your kids or some shit, and they don't even have any fucking kids. You get the point I'm talking about. Or the person who's, like I said, eats shit all day is going to tell you how to lose weight, how to diet and exercise. So criticism is obviously coming from the critics, the people in your life who are the self-prescribed fucking experts on everything and anything. They're usually the first to gossip and talk shit when someone, even if they're close to you or you think they're close to you, the first ones to gossip and talk shit if you get a promotion before them, or if you get some recognition for something, or you're succeeding in something, you're successful in something. They want what you have, basically. So here's the first quote. We got a lot of quotes today because, I like my wordplay, I like my quotes. This was Zig Ziglar said, don't be distracted by criticism. Remember, the only taste of success some people have is when they take a bite out of you. And that's what these people do. They want what you have. They would like to steal what you have. That's why they just try to put you down and criticize you and tell you what you need to be doing when they don't have a fucking clue, really. They don't have a fucking clue what they're doing themselves, and they're going to try and tell you what you need to be doing. They're usually these negative, miserable freaking people. They'll find a downside in everything. They always have a better idea or suggestion for every single thing you do. No matter what it is, no matter how fucking awesome it is, they'll always have a better idea or a better suggestion. Just for the sake of being right, or just for the sake of talking, or to put someone down, or just to be like all high and mighty, Mr. or Miss or fucking Mr. Goat perfect. Although sometimes suggestions and ideas can be helpful and beneficial, the critics' ideas are usually self-serving, selfish, against the actual goal in hand, or really, usually the critics' ideas and suggestions are just plain fucking stupid. The critics love to give their criticism in front of other people, or even in public, to make someone look stupid, or to belittle someone, or to put someone down. They love to do it in front of other people, but they fail to realize they're just digging themselves deeper and deeper into their dark, shitty hole of freaking self-misery. Their criticism is usually nothing more than just personal attacks on someone they're jealous of, really. Probably jealous of your hard work, your freaking discipline, your dedication, your focus, your intensity, your results, your success in whatever we're talking about. The gym, the office, home, your family, whatever the hell it is. Because they lack all of that. They don't have that discipline, dedication, focus, work ethic, and intensity, or even just plain knowledge, or just fucking smarts, or common motherfucking sense, which doesn't seem too common these days. That's what they want. They would love for nothing more than just to put you down in front of other people and tell you what you need to be doing. So they will give their brilliant words of fucking wisdom on how you can do everything in your life a different way. Their way, the better way. Their way must be the better way, right? No matter what it is, no matter how fucking stupid it is, it's probably the better way. But their way is probably the stupid fucking way. you know, leading you to failure, which is actually what the critic wants. Critics aren't trying to help you out, trying to make you better. They're trying to bring you down, and they really just want what you have. And there's the phone ringing. Give you a second there. Just let that shit soak in and think about who the fucking critics are in your life while I take some more Herbalife, because I'm getting all worked up thinking about this shit. Where were we? What were we talking about? Were we talking about bashing someone's head in yet? This freaking thing keeps going, zooming in, whatever. Whatever the hell they're doing. All right, so, you know, like I said, they'll always have a better way of doing things no matter what you're doing, and their way is always they think is the best way. You know, never mind the fact that they have no real experience or expertise or even a fucking clue as to what the topic is. It doesn't even matter what the topic is. They're going to be the all-knowing expert. They will let you know that you're doing it wrong and you should be doing it their way. You know, critics really are just fucking whiners, crybabies, little ballerina bitches. They just have such low self-esteem and such deep levels of hate and jealousy. They just need to convince themselves of their own self-worth by always being right. But in reality, they're just fucking complainers. They complain just to complain. They complain about everything. There is always a downside to everything in their mind. Another quote, Dale Carnegie said, "Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do." So a critic can win the lottery, $100 million fucking dollars, and start complaining about it. Oh, the taxes. They're going to take away $55 million out of the taxes. You know, it's so horrible. Poor fucking me. You know, that's so horrible. They'll find the negativity in everything. The weather is too hot, or it's too cold, or it's raining, or there's a drought, or there was no snow this winter, or when is the snow going to end? It's never good enough. They're always going to criticize something and everything and anything and always have to put in their fucking snotty ass 2 cents with their nose stuck up in the fucking sky. You know, they're basically just negative fucking confused individuals. Oh, you're losing too much weight. You shouldn't be dieting like that. Oh, you work too much, you know, probably because you're more successful and probably making more money than them. Yeah, you're working too hard. You need a little balance in life. Fuck that shit. You shouldn't mow your lawn like that. You should mow your lawn like this. Now they're fucking Mr. Green, fucking whatever that called shit is, experts out there in mowing lawns. They are experts in fucking everything. It's just annoying. Shit gets me worked up. You know, nothing is ever the critic's fault. They will never own up to shit. They could do no wrong, but they sure will be the first one to let you know when you do so much as blink a fucking eye, not the way that they don't like the way that you blinked your fucking eyes. You know, this is usually to switch the focus away from themselves and their own laziness and bitch acidness, or just plain lack of knowledge or success. They usually haven't done shit, and they don't know shit. They will have something bad to say about every move you make, every decision of yours, and even every milestone of success that you have. You know, another quote. Aristotle said, "To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing." Think about that. That's the only way you can avoid criticism when there's freaking those critics around, always chirping their fucking 2 cents. To avoid it, you have to say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing, and just disappear. That's the way you got to do it. So just yesterday, there was a video of Tyson, who's 5 years old. It's on YouTube, doing a set of 30 full push-ups, right? Back when he was 5 years old, a set of 30. Now he's up to like 40 something. This was like a year ago. So I get an alert on my phone yesterday that someone's commented on the YouTube video of him doing these push-ups. It's just a kid doing push-ups, whatever. It's not a tutorial on push-ups. It's just a kid doing fucking push-ups, and he happened to do 30 of them, which is pretty decent for a 5-year-old. So the notification comes from some grown man. So I see it, and it says on the top of the notification, you know, where you just see like the first line of the notification ever, it says, "Well, technically that was only 26 push-ups because the first 4, his feet were too far apart." I'm like, is this fucking douchebag kidding me? So I start laughing at this fuckface. So I open up the app so I could see the full message, you know, the YouTube app, so I could see the full message. So I open up the app, and by the time I get in, this dickhead already edited the comment on YouTube, and now it just says, "Not full push-ups, feet too far apart." So this loser, first of all, had enough free time to go be a critic to a 5-year-old doing push-ups on YouTube, doing 30 of them, by the way. I don't care what they're like. If they're fucking 30 push-ups for a 5-year-old, you know, criticizing a 5-year-old's push-up technique, and then seeing how fucking stupid he looked, he goes and edits it like 2 seconds later, but still can't help himself of being the breathing bag of shit that he is. So he had to leave some comment in there. So then I look at all the comments that are there, and there's over 30 comments. There's over 35,000 views on this YouTube video somehow, Tyson doing these push-ups. And I had some screenshots, but now we're going live on this other, on the tablet over here, so I can't even pull up the screenshots. But then there's some like army commando guy or something. It says he's a commando. I don't know who he is or whatever. He and some other guy, they start fucking arguing with each other. Some guy's like, what are you, some kind of asshole? He's a 5-year-old doing push-ups. Are you kidding? And he even says, you're being a critic to a 5-year-old? It's funny. After I had this plan for today, I remembered this happening. This happened like yesterday. So I pull it up to YouTube just after I'm done preparing, like getting ready for today. And I see this guy says, you're being a critic. I'm like, that's our fucking word of the day. Look how funny that shit is. So there's these grown men, obviously one of them is telling the other one he's a douchebag. They're sitting there arguing over whether or not they were good push-ups. He's only 5. When he was 8, he could do 70 of them or some bullshit. And then I look, there's like 3 other douchebags in there critiquing this push-up technique of a 5-year-old doing push-ups. It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I guarantee the guy who comments that cannot do 30 full push-ups. And you know, that's how critics roll, with their bullshit criticism of everything they know nothing about or anything they're incapable of doing them fucking selves. But they'll tell you how you could do it better, how you can get in better shape, how you could take care of your kids better, how you can make more money, how you could be not as ugly. They'll tell you how to do it, how to mow your motherfucking lawn. So YouTube, for some reason, is like the human cesspool of the internet when it comes to critics. Facebook is pretty freaking bad, but YouTube is like just the worst. It's horrible. Obviously, YouTube is awesome for what it does, but in general, like you see the worst, the dumbest shit on there. It's freaking crazy. So it's not even like they lead by example or practice what they're telling others to do. They don't practice shit. They practice nothing. They practice fucking, but only their practice is telling people what's wrong with them and how their way, which is never actually done themselves, is the better way, and they can't even do it themselves that way. But that's besides the point. We covered enemies a couple weeks ago, and they are often the ones to criticize you. You have, someone said, I don't remember who said this one, or Winston Churchill said it. He said, you have enemies? Good. That means you've stood up for something sometime in your life. So I guess that's why I have a lot of enemies, because I have a whole long line of enemies, and whoever else out there hates and isn't an enemy, get in the back of the line, motherfucker, because there's a lot of them out there. Just get in line. So now, all right, now before you, I know what you guys are thinking, oh, that maybe I just can't handle criticism, or there's constructive criticism. Everyone says, can I give you some constructive criticism? Bullshit. Fuck that. Yes, there is constructive criticism, but if 99.99999% of the time that someone tells you, though, oh, can I give you some constructive criticism? There is usually nothing constructive about it. It's a term used as a facade for a douchebag to act out on their douchebaggery and complain, bitch, and moan, and basically tell you how stupid and fucked up you are and everything that's wrong with you by saying, oh, I'm just trying to help you out with some constructive criticism. Yeah, bullshit. It's just their cover-up to be an asshole, basically. So the definition of constructive criticism, the definition in the book, which I don't agree with, is often containing helpful and specific suggestions for positive change. Constructive criticism is a highly focused on particular issue or set of issues as opposed to providing general feedback on the item or organization as a whole. But to me, and this is Steve says, so you know we're going to get my unique perspective and my fucking, the way that my own self-development and what I think of is what's going to matter. So my definition is very similar to that. But if people only use the term constructive criticism when the actual definition is false, it should read that constructive criticism is when someone acts or portrays to be helpful with specific suggestions and feedback, providing feedback on an organization or a whole or whatever else the rest of the thing was. But in reality, it's just to cover up their shit talking and complaining and whining and the fact that they want to just sit there and tell you what's wrong with you or whatever. Another quote, I don't remember who this one was. It is such a thing of no great difficulty to raise objections against another man's oration. It is very easy, but to produce a better in its place is a work of extreme troublesome. Basically, the critics are just blindly talking shit. The constructive criticism that they're claiming are those pretending to help. But then there are those actually who want to help, that actually want to find a solution to whatever the problem might be. What do we got going on there? We're getting to that. Yes, Maureen O'Toole, that is 100% right, and that's what we're getting to. But that's what I was saying. If 99.9999% of the time the constructive criticism is bullshit, then really constructive criticism technically doesn't exist. But that's the last point we're getting to, is what you're saying right there. We're going to get to that in a second. We'll see if we can figure out that word later on. And you can use many, basically what I was saying is that person really is just telling you without trying to give you a solution, without trying to help you. They just want to talk shit to you. They're not really concerned about what you're doing. They just want to put you down. So the person that really actually wants to help that you're talking about, which is we're going, it's perfect time and we're going right into it. I think you hacked my shit again. You can use many words for these kind of people: an advisor, a teacher, a coach, a trainer, a guide, a tutor, a counselor, an instructor, all of which think I fall under the umbrella of this one word I'm looking for. Who can tell me what this word I'm looking for is? This is something that we all need in our lives. It's, a person of influence who probably has vast experience in your area of this desired growth or development or improvement. Someone who's already achieved great success in the area you're looking to succeed in. That person has fucking been there and done that. Who can tell me what this word that I'm looking for? I think it's the umbrella word, the person that all those categories fall under, where I said advisor, teacher, mentor. Bam, it's mentor. Oh, you guys pumped it right at the same time. Mentor is a word. Exactly. Mentor is a wise and trusted counselor or teacher, an influential senior, sponsor, or supporter. Everyone needs a mentor or even several mentors, depending on if it's different areas or different whatever categories you're talking about. In whatever area you seek development, improvement, success, and fucking domination. You see me traveling the world regularly, and what I'm doing usually is going to reach out to different mentors of mine to always learn and grow and become a better version of myself every motherfucking day so I can pass it on to and positively impact and influence all the freaks that I have around me. That is my number one mission, my number one goal, my number one priority, my existence, my reason for doing what I do is to positively influence and impact everyone around me, from the kids to the clients to all you peak freaks that are out there. That's what I'm always doing, going out and learning. I refuse to ever stop learning and getting better in all areas of life, and no matter what it is. I always tell you, to maintain is death. You're going to maintain when you're in a fucking coffin. But a mentor will let you know the areas you need improvement on, but with the genuine intentions of helping you and guiding you in the right direction towards success. They aren't looking to put you down and make you feel like shit. Unlike dumbass critics who will just tell you all the fucking negative shit and all the problems and all the wrong things about yourself, the mentor will actually let you know the problems, but then offer you to try different solutions and options that might work for you, not to tell you this is it and that's the only way to do it. They're going to give you some options and different solutions to your problems that might work for you, that might be a good fit for you. They will tell you about things that, they might be telling you about things that are wrong with you or things you're doing wrong, but then they're going to offer real world advice and actionable freaking steps you could immediately take, or at least start taking, or in the process of taking, to improve on where you're freaking lacking. A big difference between some shithead motherfucker critic and an experienced mentor that really cares about your well-being. So everyone needs a mentor. So when it's time to be the mentor, how do you go about it? How do you go about the constructive criticism as a mentor? I don't even call it that because it's bullshit. People say it as a cover-up. Basically, you need to focus on the situation and not the freaking person. Don't make it about the person, not a personal attack like those shithead critics like to do. Be specific with your feedback. Pretty much straightforward, direct to the point. Don't beat around the bush. Comment on things that can be actioned upon. That, like I was saying, those immediately actionable steps that they could starting the process to improve on. Give recommendations on how to improve, and don't make assumptions. A critic is just going to assume that you're just mowing the lawn like a fucking moron. I could show you how to mow the lawn better, but don't make assumptions. Also, about offering this help or assistance as a mentor is keeping it in a positive way, and however you need to get it. But sometimes you might have to be a little rough as a mentor and a little straightforward, like I was saying, but keep your emotions out of it. Don't make it personal like the critic's gonna do. A mentor and a critic, complete opposite, good and evil. Fucking crush that motherfucker. Body language and tonality is a huge way. The way that you're saying it, watching the tone of your voice, avoiding the negative language and blaming and personal attacks. That's all the critic. This is everything that a critic does, is the exact opposite of what a mentor is going to be doing. Being specific and encouraging, this self-critique, encouraging someone to think about it themselves and almost discover for themselves and figure it out, and then focus on the behavior and not that person. And then giving them actionable steps. So the next time you receive criticism or perceived constructive criticism, you need to determine which of the three is it, based on everything we discussed about. Who really has your best interest in mind? Who is really on your freaking team? Who is genuinely trying to help you? Who is supposedly trying to help you? And who is trying to hurt you? One of those three when someone's giving you criticism or whatever. So Once the next time you get some criticism, start thinking about these things. Is that person really trying to help you? Are they giving you actionable steps? Are they making a personal attack on you? All these things that I just mentioned. And the way you're going to deal with it is don't go with your first gut reaction. Don't just sit there and react to it. Respond to it. Don't react to it. Remember the benefit of getting feedback. There is a benefit to getting feedback if it's someone that has your intentions, good intentions. And then also listening for understanding. Thank them for it. Ask questions, to deconstruct their feedback, and then get some time to follow up on it where you can clearly kind of disseminate the information and realize if they're just a douchebag critic or if they're actually a mentor that's trying to help you out. And you probably know the difference. You probably know the difference just by 2 seconds. 2 seconds, you probably can tell the difference between those two kinds of people. So if this person's offering real solutions to your problems or just trying to fucking bash you, if it's the latter, then you have my permission to bash their fucking heads in. I told you we'd get to the bashing of heads in at one point because it always happens. It always comes down to it. All else fails, just bash someone's fucking head in. The reality of it is you have to set high standards, big goals, and have ambitious fucking dreams. You need to if you're going to do that, you need to put yourself out there. You need to put yourself out there. And anytime you put yourself out there, you're going to get criticism. You're going to have critics trying to take you down. You're going to have those jealous people. You just need to have thick freaking skin. You need to have thick skin and just let all those assholes and douchebags just bounce right off your freaking armor. Find the mentor that will guide you in the right direction, but don't expect everything to be done for you. Be willing to put in the work and take, some of that advice and ideas and actually go through that process and put those steps into action of someone that's trying to help you. Determine the difference between critics, people offering fake constructive criticism, and those actually trying to help you as mentors. I'm going to finish off with this, which was from John Wooden, which was the former basketball coach of UCLA men's basketball team, one of the most influential coaches in history, said a coach is someone who can give correction without causing resentment. And that's what a mentor is going to do, and completely what a critic is not going to do. That's it for now. If you haven't, make sure all those links that I put here on the post right around this video somewhere, make sure you're liking all those pages, following all those pages, because this is not always going to be on the same page here. We have all different kind of pages going here, all different kind of topics on different pages coming up. Tomorrow is another live broadcast on our Physique 9 business page. We're going to be announcing the clients of the month. So make sure you're following all those things. Like and review. Go click on those links. It's going to take you 30 seconds. And I'll talk to you guys soon.